Така да е, добър ден и добре дошли банда на поредното разиграване на Gabriel Knight. Днес ще се опитаме да свършим с пети и шести ден. Така, сега трябва да има и картина. Добре. Рестор. Така. Предния път Предния път обърках квестовете в каква последователност да ги направим и избързах с този. Ние принципно пак ще го решим по дърварския начин, ама нека първо да превършим с деня. Едно чайче, много добре. Добре, нека да отидем в полицията. Така, сега. Идеята е да приключим сега деня и Мозли да отвори случая отново. И после да направим една схема, където ако се спомняме лекцията на умрелия професор, трябва да оставим съобщение на DJ. И квестът тук е много забатачен, но нека първо да свърша с деня.
Mostly, my man.
It's you, God help me.
Да. Сега да видим кое е. Това трябва да му дадем.
Showing that to Mosley again wouldn't do much good.
Как бе? Това.
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I've borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain.
Бород.
An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So that's what Hartridge used, huh? I guess his analysis is on target then. Okay, the murders were committed by a legitimate voodoo cult. You proved your point.
Нещо друго трябваше ли да му покажем? Това.
Gabriel has already proven to Mosley that a legitimate voodoo.
Добре.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Reopen the
How can I
case.
convince you to reopen the case?
You still need to prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Добре. Това ли виж? Не. Това май.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
О, чайче.
This does sound like the same MO. 1810?
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? That they are a threat?
Okay, they're a threat.
Добре.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
How can I
Reopen case.
convince you to reopen the case?
You still need to get me a lead on the cult.
Да. Мисля, че сега трябва да видя дали... Да, бе, че съм тъпо прасе. Ето ги. Нали, това беше.
I have these two snake scales. One's from the crime scene at Lake
И
Pontchartrain.
другата от дето от
The other's from a
змията.
snake in the Voodoo Museum
Докато се
on
сетя.
Ursulines and Charters.
Is this common? Do they all look alike?
Not at all. They're both constrictor scales, and the coloring is the same. A python's coloring is quite individualistic.
A python?
That's right. Hardly an indigenous snake to Louisiana. Somehow, some way, the Voodoo Museum's python was at the scene of the Lake Pontchartrain murder.
Well, I'd call that a lead, all right.
Да.
Certainly suggests certain lines of inquiry at the museum. Not bad work, Knight. If we can tie them into this voodoo cult, we just might have something. Okay, I'll reopen the case. I hate to admit it, but you've done some pretty good detective work here, Knight.
Well, you know what they say. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Well, point taken. Glad I could inspire you. I'll check around the department, but I have a feeling I'm on my own. In fact, I better lock up this office just in case I step on a few toes. Come on.
Имаме успех. Отворихме случая.
Now, lay low and let me handle this.
Yeah, fine.
Добре. Мисля, че с това приключваме деня.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Да. Супер. Добре. Айде, прибрахме се. Време е да нанкаме и да сънуваме.
Dang!
Обарихме се на мацката, ама няма. Ай, сега сънувай. Ден 6. And then the night became as day. I glimpsed nature's reddest claw. The face of fear looked back at me as I gazed into the maw. Добре. Вестника, който винаги трябва да прегледаме. Оставя! Че още е жив? Отвратително.
What is it? What's wrong?
Gabriel?
I see it, Grace. Hold on. There's no one in the shop, and I know there's no one in back. It's okay.
Okay? Gabriel, that thing is still barely alive. How could someone do this?
With a knife, maybe?
God, don't even start. We should call the police.
Направете му водомагия.
I'll take care of it.
But Gabriel...
I said I'll take care of it. Why don't you go get some coffee? I'll have it all cleaned up before you get back.
They know where you live now.
It's gonna be fine. Now go on.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to go home? I could close the shop today.
No. I'd rather keep busy. I'll be fine. At least that creepy guy is gone. Ugh. Not that they aren't still watching. Anyway, speaking of keeping busy, we got that book you ordered in this morning. The one on Rada drums.
Really? Great.
Добре. Оп, писмо.
Gabriel!
I see it. Stay back.
Добре. Драма.
It's just an envelope.
I can see that.
Добре.
Gabriel cannot see a way to use that.
Вестника да прочетем.
Times
Да видим какво има.
Picayune, dated the 23rd of June, 1993. Gabriel finds an article about St. Jean's Eve. It discusses the day's Catholic roots and its adoption by voodoo devotees. In the early to mid-1800s, St. Jean's Eve was celebrated with elaborate voodoo gatherings at Lake Pontchartrain, Bayou St. Jean, and other sites outside the city. These days, the day is commemorated commercially in some of the local shops, and a few churches still hold a St. Jean's Eve Mass. Despite his better judgment, Gabriel reads his horoscope. Today you will either die or your life will change forever.
Sure, why not? It is St. John's Eve. They'll be out tonight for sure. But where?
Добре. Така. Тъй. Аре. Ето го.
The envelope is unmarked. The envelope is unmarked.
Даде, айде, отвори го.
Gabriel opens the envelope and finds a note from Mosley and a small brass key.
Така.
Mosley's note says,
Gabe, I have to go underground with this thing. It runs wide and deep throughout the department and the city board. I'm already being watched. It was suggested I take vacation time, so I am, at least as far as they know. Try to keep out of this. It's too hot for a rookie. Just in case, I'm sending you my office key. You might find some useful things there. P.S. I think this note will look great in the book, don't you? Make sure you save it.
the note is signed, Detective Mosley.
Добре.
The book contains several pages of radar drum codes. The book contains several pages of radar drum codes.
Добре. За това
Yes.
да видим. Нека да говорим първо с муцката.
Are you okay?
I'd be peachy if you'd give up all this voodoo crap, Gabriel.
Недоволна е. Да.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Така.
Do you have
Messages?
messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
Някакъв
Could you do
ресърч.
Sure. What?
I can't think.
Okay.
Така. Рада
Do you know
Драмс.
anything?
No, but hopefully that book I found for you will help.
Добре. Така.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
What else do you want to know?
Добре.
Nothing.
Suit yourself.
Are you sure you?
Еде, така. Сега. Нека да я покажем
This is the
всичко. Защото трябваше нещо да я покажем, ама не се сещам какво. И съответно сега ще я покажем
Hey,
всичко.
you want to see something really cool?
That's disgusting. That's really horrible.
I know. Great, isn't it?
О,
God,
Боже.
somebody ought to lock you up.
О, Боже.
Do you know anything about this?
It's your friend Mosley. Why?
Oh, no reason.
Добре.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
images haunt the page.
Ето първия. Така.
Do you know anything about this?
Sure. I'm the one that gave that to you. Remember?
Добре.
Do you know anything about this?
Sure. I'm the one that...
Добре.
Do you know anything about this?
Sure. I'm the one that gave that to you. Remember?
Мгм. Obviously not.
Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I read it. So should you.
Ние не сме ли го прочели това? Я да видя.
Gabriel reads through the pages Wolfgang marked. He reads of Gunter Ritter's journey to Charleston as witch hunter, hired by the townsmen to solve a series of ritualistic murders. He reads about Gunter's meeting with a beautiful slave woman, Tetelo, and of Gunter's tormenting urges for her.
Oh, bastard.
He reads of their physical union and passion, and of Gunter's investigations into the murders. The victims were all crew members on a certain slaving expedition to Africa, it seemed. The second to the last entry described Gunter's plan to set a trap for the coven committing the murders. He found the name of one of the surviving members of the crew, a man now living in the West Indies. Gunter has spread a false rumor that the man is returning to Charleston. He himself will impersonate a sailor and allow himself to fall into the hands of the coven. Naturally, Gunter has arranged for able-bodied assistants to follow and attack the coven before they can do him harm.
Halsey's son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Gabriel turns to the final entry of the journal.
Добре.
Gabriel reads through the pages Wolfgang marked.
Така. М,
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Така.
Gabriel can see that Gabriel magnifies the two scales. The two iridescent scales are a perfect match.
Добре, това го направихме вече. Това какво
The
беше?
letter is addressed to Heinz Ritter, Gabriel's grandfather. The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he can about it. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter. in Rittersberg, West Germany. The letter is addressed to mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter. One of the recurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger.
Добре. Така.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Gabriel doesn't.
Добре. Това го прочетахме.
Grace actually managed to find a book on the Radadrum code.
Добре.
Do you know anything about this?
Sure. I ordered it for you, remember?
Да.
Oh, yeah, right.
Така.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Така.
The crocodile mask is made of genuine crocodile head.
Какво?
The crocodile mask is made of genuine crocodile head. It looks heavy, hot, and smelly.
Да. Така можеш ли да се
Those two
комбинират тия?
objects would have no effect. Those two
Добре.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Добре. Така.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Добре.
The snake tattoo tracing says nothing. The tracing is of a snake tattoo from Crash's chest.
Добре.
Will you do me a favor?
What?
Use your paints to copy this snake tattoo onto my chest.
Now why on earth would you want me to do that?
Днеска сме на парти. Нали, днеска е Сейнт Джонс.
I'm going to a party tonight. Costume, you know.
You don't say. I guess you're going with Maya.
Yeah, that's right.
And why should I help you out? We don't even like Maya.
Ще кажем, че ревнува.
Well, if you're jealous about my feelings for her.
You know that's not it. I just think as your friend that she's trouble.
It's perfectly understandable. I know you have certain feelings for me. Quite naturally.
Me? I would
Quite
rather
naturally.
be hung by my hair over a bed of scorpions.
I know it must be hard having it in your face like this. No chance to avoid hearing about it, seeing it day by day.
Fine, I'll do it. Just shut up. Can we at least go in the back?
Принудихме.
Sure, but could you say that one more time and pout your lips more?
Ugh.
Ужасен е Гейбриъл.
What did I say?
Между другото, ако някой не знае, гейм дизайнера на играта е жена. Джейн Дженсен, мисля, че се казва.
All right, let's go. The shirt, please.
You don't know how long I've
Главният
been
гейм
waiting
дизайнер.
for this moment.
Now. Hold still.
Maybe you'd like to tie me up?
One more remark, and I'm leaving.
Okay, okay.
Done. It's just stunning.
Sorry I couldn't make it last longer.
Well, it's about what I expected from you.
О, майко. Да, диалозите са номер едно. Добре. Така. Добре, нека да видим дали още нещо може да дадем да я покажем. Това е ключа. Тук едва ли ще има нещо, ама всичко ще пробваме, защото не мога да се сетя.
That envelope was just a note and a key from Mosley.
That's good.
Окей, добре. Въпреки, че това няма значение, щом нищо не свири. Тия неща.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Добре. И те вече сме ги сравнили. Да?
Gabriel has all
Да.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Добре. Бам.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Добре. Така. Тук. Искаш ли?
Do you know
Змия.
anything about
Кожа от
this?
змия.
No, sorry.
Добре.
Do you know anything about this?
I did research for you on that already, Gabriel.
Right, exactly.
Добре. Така.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Добре. Тухлата е едва ли, ама да я покажем, че ми е тухла.
Do you know anything about this?
No,
there's no need to
Добре. Това тук.
Do you know anything about this?
no, sorry.
Добре. Бам, бам.
Do you know anything about this?
Yeah. You should cut that mop of yours and throw that stuff away.
Never.
Че проклета, ама.
Like to, make a confession? Grace?
Whatever you're planning to do with that, Gabriel, I don't want to know.
Добре, ние вече го ползвахме. Нещо друго мога ли да направя?
Gabriel is carrying a priest's shirt and collar which, surprise, surprise, do not belong to him.
Добре. Тези вече сме ги
Those
сравнили.
two objects would have no effect.
Добре.
The flashlight
Фенерче.
has,
Чакай, ние...
believe it or not, the flashlight does not open. Gabriel got the flashlight free in the mail when he ordered a magazine subscription. It works though.
Добре. Искаш ли фенерче?
Do you know anything about this?
It's your flashlight. You know, something you can actually turn on.
Много, много грубо, но страхотен диалог. Диалозите в играта просто са номер едно. Чай да направя един сейф. Окей. Така, всичко сме прочели. Сега трябва да отидем до... Така, сега, цялата схема каква е? Ако се сещаме, ако всички се сещат, аз просто го знам това, но в лекцията на професора се говореше за това малкото ковчеже, което му викат, как беше, Секей Мадоле или там, не мога да сетя точно как се произнася. И ние реално това съобщение трябва да напишем. Обаче, трябва, нали, трябва да ги разберем къде са. И трябва да сложим такова проследяващо устройство в ковчежето, след като напишем съобщението на гробницата. Общо взето това трябва да направим този ден. И играта доста така завъртяно ти го казва, защото ако не се сещаш, че този е говорил за... че професор Амрелия е говорил за това нещо, има да се чудиш така. И трябва да отидем и...
Are you gonna be okay here by yourself?
I'll be just fine.
И също в
Fix
парка.
this, okay?
I'm trying, Gracie.
Така ли? Ма нека първо да отидем в парка при ония с дръмовете да му покажем книгата. И после ще идем до полицията. Така. Оп, моторя. Тън. Тук трябваше да обиколим целия парк. Защото има и с друг да говорим. Е този. Харесва ми, че различните секции от парка си имат различна музичка. Бам.
Hello. What can I do for you, sir?
Ето, там е го.
What happened to the guy who used to be here?
The lucky dog guy? I took over his spot.
Say, haven't I seen you before?
I get around the French Quarter. Used to be at Royal and Conti.
You say you used to be at Royale and Conti?
That's right.
Там е го.
Why'd you leave Royal and Conti?
Well, the guy who used to be here, the lucky dog guy, he was my cousin Ralph. He went off to college, see, and this spot came open. I thought Jackson Square'd be a better gig, you know? Tourists and all.
Is it?
Well, no, actually.
Why don't you go back there?
Do you think? I've been kind of torn. Must be the weather. These thick clouds we've had all week. I'm just not seeing the crowds here that I expected.
Да, ето.
I definitely think you should go back to Royal and Conti.
Really? I'm glad you think so. I always liked that beat, but I thought I ought to give this a shot.
Oh, absolutely. The grass is always greener.
Exactly. You're right. I'm going back over there today.
И ние ще отидем до там. Така, тази я няма тук и съответно отиваме при дръмъра. Да му покажем книгата. Той винаги се прави на важен, ама сега няма се прави на важен. Ето го. Тън. Я виж какво имам, приятелю.
Gabriel listens carefully to the drums and opens his radar book to translate.
Какво е тук? Това е така. Как беше така? Нямам ги всичките ли? Може би ги нямам всичките.
That seems like too many phrases somehow. That seems like...
Фрейс.
That seems like too many phrases somehow.
Exit.
The
Или да отидем до полицията. Това го разпознахме.
the book
Те мога да му говоря сега.
You know, I know who you are.
The drummer ignores Gabriel and just continues drumming. Unnerving, isn't he?
Добре. Дайте да ходим до полицията, пък ще се върнем тук. Защото този тук, от него вземаме съобщението тия къде се срещат. Само, че... Май нямаме всичките работи. Не мога да се сетя.
Hey, it's a beignet guy. He's back.
Ето.
Where?
Заради това трябва... Защото ако дойдем тук без този да е отвънка, мисля, че не можеше да влезем в офиса. Понеже Мозли го няма.
Grab me 3 or 4, would ya?
Forget it, I'm broke.
Rats. You stay put. I'll be back in a minute.
Ето веднага отиваме. Принципно, ако изтървем тук да отидем, То като се заспи на бюрото и пак може да влезнем.
The door is locked.
Да, добре, хайде. Хоп. Ето. Ето. И ако се сещаме отпреди, знам, че в един от шкафовете има тракинг устройства.
There's a tracking device in the drawer.
А така, вземи го.
This tracker might come in handy.
Ето е схемата. Ти можеш ли да го отворим?
Gabriel doesn't want anything to do with that microwave. The desk is bad enough on the...
Not me. I've seen how Mosley organizes stuff.
Мисля, че тук така е достатъчно.
Hey, get out of there, you. Sorry, just looking for a restroom.
Добре. Сега. Тук трябваше ли да правим нещо?
Hi.
Uh-huh.
So, this is a voodoo store, huh?
Voodoo?
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Do you know anything about rider drums?
What I know, I wouldn't be talking about it with you.
Добре. Може ли да му покажем книгата? Ето го.
It's a signal device for the tracker. It's a signal This device is called a tracker. Gabriel remembers a time when he and Mosley used it illegally with a couple of babes in a white convertible. It operates as follows. The signal device attaches to an object, such as a car. The signal device emits a signal that appears on the tracker, LED, allowing the object to be tracked.
Може ли да му го покажем това?
Does this mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that at all.
Покажем пак маската.
About that crocodile mask.
We don't give no refunds on headgear.
Добре.
Voodoo and hoodoo. The craft. The poster reads, "Power will be yours." The sign says, "Special Saint Jean Eve."
La-
The poster reads, "Power will be yours." when you use Papa Legba's power drawing incense and master power oil. Buy some today. Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook. Gabriel doesn't want to sketch that. Gabriel doesn't want to. Gabriel doesn't want to. Gabriel doesn't want to.
Does this mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that at all.
Добре. Те. Добре. Чакай малко. Аз обаче не знам дали не са софтлокнах, като изтрих съобщението без да го скетчна. Ако сме са софтлокнали, ще трябва да се върнем доста назад. Така, нека да отидем в музея.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Да кажем. Да, ми май са софтлокнахме. Или аз така мисля.
Does this mean anything to you?
I cannot say that it does.
Gabriel can't hear the street drum of... The doorway is already open.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Do you know anything about Rada drums?
There are some against the wall, but I do not play myself.
You don't know anything about a drum code?
I do not believe there is such a thing, Mr. Knight.
Professor Hartridge said that in Voodoo, a small ritual coffin is called a seke module.
Да. Обаче... Сега ти просто го помня, обаче май се софтлокнахме, защото не мога да взема всичките фрази.
Gabriel slips the signal device into the seke module.
Can I assist you, Mr. Knight?
No, just looking.
Now, if only they take the coffin to the ritual.
Да.
I hate to rush you, Mr. Knight, but I am afraid I must close the museum early this evening. This is St. John's Eve, and it's getting on towards dusk. I have things I must do.
I see. No problem.
Да, бе.
I'll just...
Leave. Goodbye, Mr. Knight. May the spirits guard you well tonight.
Gabriel can't get inside unless he...
Miss Gedde is unavailable, Mr. Knight.
Не знам дали...
Those two are Wolfgang's. Those two objects.
Не бе.
Those two are. Those two. The book contains several pages of radar drum codes. The book
Нещо...
A sign on the front door of Magentia's home reads, attending a channeling seminar until August 1st.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Buzz off.
Right. Sorry. What's up?
Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bourbon.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
Do you know anything?
Ratted drums? Are those some special kind?
I guess. They're African.
Sorry. I don't know much about music.
Next page или нямаш? Сега ще се опитаме да го форснем, защото тук изтървах, мисля, че едно нещо да го направя. Текстурни... Нещо можеш ли да гледаме? Да преследваме мацката. Хе-хе, здрасти, Владе. Добре дошъл. И добра вечер. Вече вечер ли е в София? Че нали времето там тече по-бързо. Как я караш? Радвам се да те видя тук. Точно сме стъкнали. И май се софтлокнах. И ще се опитам да форсна сега следващия пъзел, не знам дали ще стане. Така ли, нека да пробваме нещо. Сега тук. Първо е тия работи, можеш ли да му... Нещо друго мога ли да му покажа изобщо?
Does this mean anything to you?
The drummer looks
Не. Не, директно само книгата.
those two
Не бе.
Gabriel listens carefully to the drums and opens his radar book to translate.
Няма бе, човек. Не мога да се сетя. Иначе това е съобщението. Ето Call Conclave. Обаче...
Gabriel listens carefully to the drums and opens his radar book to translate.
Той тук не е много топло, ама днеска поне държи над нулата. Ето го съобщението. Нали? Ги нямаме всичките. Не мога да се сетя тук как беше. Здрасти, Кал. Добре дошъл. Горе-долу бивам. Ти как я караш? Не, мачката му. Добре, нека да се опитаме да форснем другия пъзел, да видим какво ще стане. Нека да пробваме да форснем пъзела. Да изпитваш ли? Кого ще изпитваш? На това ли? На някой за ролплея? Успех, дано да имаш добри ученици. Така отиваме в гробищата. Сега. Някъде другаде, можеш ли да прочетем нещо? Ще видим. Или не можеш. Съм го позабравил, просто той самия пъзъл не е много лесен. Да видим тук, можеш ли нещо да се види? Чакай.
Gabriel can see that just fine. Why do that to the angel?
Ето тук.
That doesn't work on the lock plate. There's a small marble plate near the tomb doors. The plate is locked in position. There's a keyhole on the plate, but Gabriel can't operate that without a key. That doesn't work on the lock plate. That doesn't...
Това ли ще стане? Трябва да го пробваме.
That...
Разбира се.
That doesn't... The flashlight couldn't make that... The flashlight... Why do that to the angel? The flashlight...
Добре, както казах, нека да се опитаме да го форснем това, да видим дали ще стане. Скопирах ли просто последната фраза преди да я изтрия? Това не мога да се сетя. Сега ще видим. Ами сега ще видим, Влади. Сега ще видим. Аз съм ги снимал на телефона си и сега ще се пробвам да ги... Нали имаме 3 липсващи? Те са хиксове. М, У и... кое беше другото? Y, Ю и М. Я. Да. Така е. Всички редимват това. Никой не редимва нормалното нещо. Да поздравиш като възпитан човек. Всички отиват на деба кавала. Добре. Ами нека да пробваме да...
Hello, my friend.
Опи, Карбо. Здрасти. Как я караш? Влади като дявол специалист очаквам да редимва Декът Кейн фрази. Обаче няма братче. Невъзпитан. Възпитан само в чата. Само на стрим. Иначе мръсник. Здрасти, Резенган 12. Добре дошъл. Как я караш? Играем Гейбриъл Найт. Игра от 96-та година, мисля, че ако се не лъжа. Point and click. Главният герой е този пич каза Гейбриъл Найт. Беден писател, с който се опитваме се да разкрием вууду убийства. Оп. Да, игричката е интересна. Една от класиките. Тази ми е, може би, третата така... в топ 5 на любимите игри ми е. Определено една от най-добрите за жанра си. От 90-те, така да го кажа. Има, ама те просто вече са малко по-различни. По-напредничави са. На Telltale игрите до някъде са такива, но не са чак толкова сложни. Просто предпочитанията на геймерите се смениха, самите игри напреднаха, нали, изобщо гейммейкинга се е променил много от 90-те години, а пък този тип игри те нямат такава реплеябилити стойност, така да го кажем, на чист български. И заради това този тип игри малко бяха променени, нали. И примерно Life is Strange, да речем, че този жанр, който е Life is Strange, е наследник на тези. Или поне аз така го виждам. Ладжета да, те са класически. Аз съм играл доста няколко. Така съм играл в канала. Те са ми определено от любимите. Чакам сега да излезе новата им игра, обаче тя от доста време не излиза. В момента, в който излезе, ще се я купя и ще я играем. Не мога да сетя сега как се казва, но ще видим. Така де. Принципно, след тази игра, като я изиграем, не знам кога ще стане това, ще изиграем друга, която е пак сравнително нова, казва се The Last Door. Тя е изцяло пиксел стил, не Не е озвучена, така че аз ще превеждам там, аз ще озвучавам. Би трябвало да има доста забава. Тя е лек хорър, даже. Но пак е point and click. Нали, такъв е жанра, такъв quest е adventure. Point and click стил, pixel art, с много хубава музика, но определено без никакъв voice acting. Ще видим как ще се справя. Добре, айде да дефейснем гробницата. Да. Така, чакайте да извадя телефона, където съм снимал тези работи. Сега ще го форснем, защото ние реално... Аз го знам съобщението какво е. Така. Това... Бринк. Нали, Бринк трябва да е. Мисля, че... Трябва да му кажем да донесе. Къде е? Next message. Точно, аз съм се го записал. Така, и сега Секей Мадоле. Нещо такова е. Excuse my French. И сега едното липсва. И съответно ще пробваме с хиксовете. Те са това и това ни липсват, които са М, Y и U. Така че ще почнем с първото и така ще се пробваме. Мисля, че това така. Къде това е? Сега. Не. Значи това. Не е това. Това трябва да е. Сега това. И сега този хикса с отгоре е това. И мисля, че е...
Pleased with his message, Gabriel tosses the break down. Now, if only DJ reads it in time.
Добре, форснахме го. Така. Относно... Това е вуду език. Това е вуду език. И трябва да оставим съобщение на един да донесе едно малко ковчеже. В което ние сме сложили тракер, за да проследим къде са лошите. Общо взето. Те. Обаче... Здрасти, Тривимче. О, да, нарейтърката е много яка. Нарейтърката е много яка. Хубаво, обаче тук не мога да се сетя... Не мога да се сетя... Чакай малко. Не мога да се сетя и също името на актрисата, която е нарейтърката, обаче много яко са я направили. Опа. Като цяло войскаста тук е голям ансамбъл. Не, тук е нещо... Няма го мина и днеска този квест.
Madame Lorelai's booth is deserted. Gabriel would not mind picking up a few extra bucks by using Madame Lorelai's booth while she's gone, but he doesn't know how to belly dance. Gabriel doesn't want to take that out of the park.
Добре, отивам да си сипя един чай. Въръба и продължаваме. Абе, вместо чай си сипах една бира. Добре, сега. Не можахме да го щупим. Абе, да, аз принципно чая го пия с ромче. Ама... Хмелен, да, хмелов чай. Здрасти, Огънче, добре дошъл. Абе, тук не мога да сетя. Книгата по някакъв начин трябваше да има още съобщения, бе. Мамка.
Gabriel listens carefully to the drums and opens his
Бе. Мам. Не мога да сетя тук как ставаш. Нали до сега го правих това, бе, мамичката ти мръсна. Че съм тъпо парче. Абсолютно тъпо парче, ама затова записвам, за да се види какъв съм умник. Айде тогава на здраве с една бира. С коняче става, естествено. Чай с коняче. Добре, така. Кол конклейв. Чакайте, загубих го. Чакайте. Не мога да сетя. Беше Call Conclave Tonight нещо си.
Gabriel listens carefully to the drums and opens his radar book.
Да, аз предпочитам рома. За утре съм подготвен за чай с ром и Heroes 3. Ето го. Това трябва да е. Затова това търсим. Ето го. Да, това търсим. Ето го.
If Gabriel's translation of the drum code is correct, there'll be a conclave tonight in the swamp. That must be the bayou.
Ходих, Огънче, днеска по-рано до това, до Kaufland и взех една бутилка Sailor Jerry. Между другото препоръчам, рома е много як. Да. Тия кодове са това какво свири той с барабана. Рада Drums им викат. Рада Drums. И от това трябва да разберем къде ще се срещат. Аз тук така имам Бакарди карта, който е червен. Пак. Или не е червен, по-скоро е... червен е, не е бял ром. Червен е, светъл и Sailor Jerryцо. По-силничко е Sailor Jerryцо, да. Ако всичко се развие по план, утре ще стримвам Heroes 3 с две приятелчета, ще играем Hot Seat. Добре, сега вече би трябвало да успеем да го минем този квест. Най-накрая. Хем я знам играта, обаче ти съм го забравил, измъчима. А пък другите си две любими игри, тях мога да ги мина, тях наистина на Изус мога да ги мина и съм ги минал. И ги минах без проблем. The Day of the Tentacle и Curse of the Monkey Island. Тя ги минах на по... Tentacle го минах на един стрим, Curse на два. Обаче този тук ме измъчи. Какво стана, Ей! Викам, какво стана? Добре, така, сега налиеме тракър. Хайде.
It's made in Japan. The track. Gabriel pulls out the tracking device, hoping that the shaky module made it to the ritual and that this thing will work.
Mumbo.
All right. There's a blip. They must be here with the Seike Madule.
Seike Madule. Добре, тръгваме след блипа. Яреде.
Didn't he just come from that direction? Or did he?
Как се опита да не обърка играта.
Gabriel hopes this tracking thing...
Добре. Хайде. Тази версия на... Тази игра си има собствена версия на лабиринт. Айде.
Gabriel hopes this tracking... Didn't he just come from that direction?
Добре. Яде. Ето го, батко! Обаче, сега ли трябваше да сложим маската, не мога да се сетя. Чакайте малко.
When in Rome.
И се събличаме. Нямаше тук да му чуете всичките глупости, дето ги говореше на Грейс. Но пак казвам, главният дизайнер на играта е жена.
Yes, Dr. John. Brother Eagle.
But first, name the great serpent who crushes all in his coils.
Дамбала.
Damballa.
You are correct, Brother Crocodile. Who is the destroyer of men?
Огун Бадагрис. Не е Буда.
Ogun Badagri.
You are correct, Brother Crocodile. Enjoy yourself well tonight.
Тук между другото, ако отговориш грешно, той ще те удуши. Ще те удуши. И ако отидеш без маската, също ще удуши. Защото можеш да влезеш без маската. Ето, мацката Малия. Ето и са ни сънищата, реално.
Gabriel!
Тук има много голи цици, с много пиксели.
I can smell his blood in your veins.
No.
You cannot change your destiny or ours.
No.
I will find. I will destroy.
No!
Where is your necklace now, witch hunter? Where are your pretty, pretty gems?
Скандално, а? Ден 7. When my last ally lay to waste, I ran towards the light. I prayed for one to change my path, to give me strength to fight. Baldur's Gate сега. Ама в Baldur's Gate 2 пак няма. Тук колкото пиксели ти дават, вземаш. Добре.
Gabriel!
Минахме го, бе.
Gabriel, wake up!
Ow, my head.
It's about time. I've been trying to wake you for hours. There's no time to lose.
I had another dream.
It wasn't a dream, believe me. Now come on, get dressed.
Wait a minute. I'm starting to remember. Something about Malia.
She's
Malia
the
is
head
Liz.
priestess of the voodoo cartel. They're
okay.
responsible for the murders. They've been doing it for years.
Malia? Last night she was the leopard. Like in my dreams, Grace.
I know. Those dreams were a warning. Now come on, get dressed.
But last
What
night,
me?
Malia changed. She became something else. And then I blacked out, I think. How did I get home?
I followed you last night. I had my doubts about the Gettys. Did you know that they arrived in New Orleans in 1800? Just in time for the voodoo influx. I knew you were going to try to sneak into a ceremony last night, so I followed you. Lucky for you that I did. If you'd been left at the circle last night, I don't know what she would have done to you.
You're wrong. Malia wouldn't hurt me.
What about Tetelo?
Tetelo. They were chanting that last night. That's the name from Gunter's journal. The woman who took the talisman.
Yes. Gabriel, it's your destiny you're facing. You can't just blunder your way through this or you'll end up dead. Tetelo will be after you now. You have to call your great uncle in Germany.
Uncle Wolfgang?
Yes. He knows
True
more
Wolfgang.
about this than we do.
Okay, I'll call him.
Как ги измислят тия
Malia
имена?
isn't responsible for those things, Grace. It's that spirit, that loa. It's Tetelo.
Yeah. Possession is convenient that way. Call Wolfgang, Gabriel. I'll be in the shop.
Ние чокаме Малия и много я харесваме и не искаме да вярваме, че тя е от лошите. А пък хубаво, че беше нашето момиче Грейс. Иначе умрели. Така, хайде. Естествено. Чакайте, че... Можеш ли така да го направим?
It's customary to pick it up first.
Добре.
Wolf. The number written on the
Окей, чакайте да го запиша това на лаптопието. Добре. Така. Не може, да. Ама поне може да гледаме. Значи можех да не го записвам. Айде. Налете. 490 932 433
Guten
Three.
Tag. Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht?
This is
Yes.
Gabriel Knight. Can I speak to Wolfgang, please?
Ja, Herr Knight. Einen Moment, bitte.
Gabriel, it's so good
Einen
to hear
Moment,
your
bitte.
voice. I had such a dream last night.
There's a good reason for that, Uncle Wolfgang. We need to talk.
Gabriel fills in Wolfgang on the events of the previous evening.
Ah, it is even worse than I thought.
You bet it is. We have to talk about what I'm supposed to do.
Добре. Така. Е. Картача ще стримва книга Игра, аз ще ходя да я гледам. Още не е почнал стрима. Добре. Оганче, ако си тука, пиши ми ако изтърва. Ако картача е почнал, защото ми се гледа книга Играта и да го рейднем направо. Той ще закъсне и сигурно малко. И докато почне, ще може да говорим за всичките тия работи, защото мисля, че не сме говорили.
What can you tell me about
Вууду.
It sounds as though you have learned much during your investigation in New Orleans. Perhaps you will fill me in when we have a chance to sit down and talk.
Картача като почне с книгата Игра, нали ще е днеска? Ако нещо случайно не видя аз нотификацията. Да, още не е. Ако нещо не видя нотификацията, да ми пишеш, че е почнал. То е най-вероятно ще минат едни 10 минути, докато започне самия му стрим, ама да го рейднем, защото искам да играя книгата Игра.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
It sounds as...
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I know only what you have told me. They seem to be very similar
Колкото
to the
минат.
things in Gunther's journal.
Таман, колкото повече, по-добре, че да видим дали мога
What can
да
you tell me about
го приключа и този ден.
It was just another American city to me until I started dreaming about you. Now
Ама-
I feel it is not safe for you there. I wish you would leave.
Ама понеже не винаги на телефона го получавам на време нотификацията, я получавам на време нотификацията и не винаги тук в Twitch, нали, то аз гледам Twitch в момента на лаптопа. Пусна ли? Ето. Нито имам нотификация, нито Тучи ми казва... Добре. След 13 минути ще почне, нали? Да, добре, идеално. Таман да се приключим разговора с това. Чудесно, ще го рейднем. Значи, банда, приключваме разговора и ще рейднем картача, ще играем книга Игра Иванов ден. Така.
Do you know anything about...
I have not studied the subject. I have an intense dislike for them.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I'm afraid I've never heard of it.
Do you have any idea what Cabri sans cœur means?
No, what does it mean?
It means goat without horns. It's a term used for human sacrifice in voodoo.
Well, let's hope we can avoid any more of that in this family.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
No, I'm afraid not.
Нормално.
I've heard rumors of a secret hound fool here in New Orleans.
Yeah, I am sure they have a temple there, and probably a very elaborate one. You should not go near it, though. Not alone.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Yes. Tetelo's people wear animal masks for their rituals, don't they? It is not at all uncommon. Many occult groups are based heavily on animal totems. Animals have such pure, primal traits. Spirituality, good or bad, is about reaching these pure levels. Aggressive and cunning like the snake, agile and nurturing like the monkey. Even our family is associated with the image of a lion.
Do you know anything about Veves?
It is a visual symbol of one or more loa. Each loa has its own sign, which is used to summon it.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Damballa is a snake. He is a loa, a voodoo god.
Yes. He's one of the primary loa of the Gedi tribe.
I see. Good work. That information might prove useful.
Does the name Ogun Badakri mean anything to you?
It is a voodoo loa, is it not?
Yes, a particularly nasty one, so I understand. Have you come across anything about it in your research?
He seems to be feared by most voodoo groups. I haven't come across very much specific information.
Нещо друго.
Do you know anything?
I'm afraid I can't tell you any more.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
My library contains many books on the occult and religions, and I have read about some particularly evil voodoo cults. But you, at this point, have more direct experience than I.
Do you know anything?
I don't know.
Шатеняга, това трябва да не каже сега.
What can you tell me about Schattenjägers?
Yes, of course. I sometimes forget how little you know of the family, Gabriel. I never understood how Heinz could allow his sons to remain ignorant. But now is not the time for that discussion. Schattenjäger is really two words in English, Gabriel. Schatten means shadow, and Jäger means hunter.
Shadow hunter?
Yes, shadow hunter.
Tell me more about Schattenjägers.
We Ritters have been Schattenjägers for many centuries. No one is sure when it began or how, but we have records of ancestors as early as the 13th century fulfilling this role. Some believe that the role was given us when... but such fantasies cannot be of use to you at the moment, Gabriel.
Tell me more.
Most people are completely blind to the fact that evil does exist. It is out of vogue at the present, but I tell you, shadows of darkness, spirits, vampires, witches, demons, these things are real. It is to their advantage that the world has become so scientific, so cynical. But we know they exist, Gabriel, and we hunt them.
How do we hunt them? And why?
Why? Because it is our duty. We are the ones who know, Gabriel. As for how, that is something you will have to learn. But it is not easily explained over the phone.
Tell me more.
We can talk more about that later, Gabriel. For now, you know enough.
Do you know anything about Rada drums?
Rada drums? You mean ceremonial drums?
Yes. The Gedi tribe uses drummers around the French Quarter as relay messengers to keep track of their business.
Those drums have a ceremonial use too. It would be useful to know their code, Gabriel.
I had Grace find some information on them.
That's my boy.
Do you know anything?
I don't know it.
Tell me about yourself.
I hope there will be time for that later, Gabriel, after this is all over. For now, we must deal with the matter at hand.
Tell me about Tetelo.
Well, from your description of the ritual last night, I'd say that Gunther's mistress, Tetelo, is now the primary loa for the Gedi tribe. It seems she still controls them by possessing her female descendants and speaking through them. Do you remember in Gunther's journal he said that Tetelo was possessed by her father's loa during the killings in Charleston?
This sounds similar, but
Tetlow has obviously become a much more powerful lure than her father ever was. Probably because of the added power of the talisman.
Сман?
Let's talk about the talisman.
I myself have only seen it in old sketches and paintings, and in my dreams. It was in the family for centuries before Tetlow took it. It is believed to be as old as the role of Schattenjäger itself. The talisman has genuine power. I don't know how or why, but it is so. The Schattenjägers swore to use the power for good, never for evil. For defense, not offense. Since it fell into Tetlow's hands, I'm afraid to think what the power has been used for, or what it will be used for in the future. With the talisman, Tetlow has all the power and we none. The only possible way to fight her is to regain the talisman. Then we will at least be on more equal footing.
Yeah.
How can we regain the talisman?
We've been searching for the talisman for years, ever since we lost it.
Ние ще го рейднем.
It's a terrible thing to know that something
И сега само да
powerful
свършим
isn't
разговора, да
trusted to
прочетем
us.
вестника
It's
и
in the
там
wrong
ще стане
hands.
време.
The talisman
Те
is
остават още
probably
колко
buried
минути?
with Tetlow's
5 минути.
remains.
Таман.
That's what gives her lore so much power.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the talisman?
The most important thing about the talisman is that it be once again in the hands of the Schattenjägers.
Is there any...
The most important...
How would we find Tetlow's remains?
Ha! We have pondered that question a long time,
Da.
operators. There are two probabilities. The first is that her remains are with the tribe at their current location. The other is that the remains were returned to a sacred place near the tribe's original homeland. We've tried to locate Tetlow's African homeland, but Gunther says so little in his journal about her tribe, and slaving records are practically non-existent. Also, Tetlow's tribe was utterly destroyed in its African form in the late 17th century. There was nothing like a census in Africa then. As for the other idea, we had no clue as to where Tetlow's people went after fleeing Charleston, until now.
Let's discuss the possible African homeland.
All right. Have you learned anything that might help
Da.
us locate it?
I spoke with the Professor Hartridge. Unfortunately for him, he thinks the tribe's name was Agri, and that they lived near the Fon tribe in what is now called the People's Republic of Benin.
That is
Benin.
incredible, Gabriel. I must go research this new information in my library right now.
Wait, what should I do?
Stay low. If you get a chance, you might look into the possibility that Tetlow's remains are somewhere in New Orleans. But don't try to broach their private areas without my assistance, Gabriel. You will make a fine Schattenjäger, but only if you are not dead.
Sure, I'll wait.
Wise then, Gabriel. And remember, if you need a place of safety, come to Schloss Ritter.
Goodbye, Uncle Wolfgang.
Добре. Много добре. Мгм. Добре. Така. Нека да отидем да си прочетем вестника и да говорим с Грейс. Така. Хей, Грейс.
Grace, about last night.
I've already said everything I have to say about that.
Got a minute, Grace?
Сърдите.
up?
Do you have messages?
Nope. None right now?
Добре.
Could you do-
Sure.
Research.
I can't
Не.
do...
Okay.
Така. Вземи вестника.
Times Picayune, dated June 24th, 1993. There's nothing about the voodoo murders case in the papers today. Gabriel finds a humorous tidbit under the Life is Stranger Than Fiction column. Apparently, There were reports of ghosts in the Bayou Saint-Jean last night. Various people called the newspaper with stories about hearing strange noises and seeing weird lights over the swamp. Some folks claim it's the ghost of Marie Laveau. The paper relates it to similar delusions that crop up every Halloween. Gabriel's horoscope today reads, "Wise is the warrior who knows when to fight and when to get the hell out of Dodge."
God help me, I'm actually starting to listen to this guy.
Добре, окей. Ами нека да сейвнем играта. Сейвовете не отговарят на дните. Ние сме на ден 7, реално. Ами, добре. Това ще е от мене за днеска. Благодаря на всички, които решиха да погледат малко Гейбриъл Найт, да решим петия ден. Мисля, че това е най-сложният пъзъл, който остана до края, ако се не лъжа. После ще се сетим. Отиваме при картача. Така, момент да спра записа. И до нови срещи на YouTube гледачите.